Okay. Can I be vulnerable? Are you cool with that? Well, if not, I'm going to do it anyways. I have been on teams that I was so excited about. I can't even begin to tell you. Well, there were other teams that I was not excited to be on, right? For a host of reasons. You lead volunteers. Volunteers want to be on teams they're excited about that evoke this pride, if you will. It's like, I am on so-and-so's team, or I am on, and they named this team. Like, they brag about it versus never talking about it or being sheepishly reserved about it. What would it look like for you to create a culture on your team that evokes, that uncovers, that stirs up this pride that people are excited about being on your team? It might not be as hard as you think, actually. You don't have to do these grandiose things. You don't have to like fly them on a private jet to Aruba and celebrate a 10-year anniversary for them to be excited about your team. No, I mean, I'll do that if you want to take me. And so would any other volunteer, but you don't have to do that. You see, there are some things that every organization and every team requires, but those aren't the things that are actually motivating, right? So let me unpack this a little bit. Think about this. There are some basics that people expect that aren't necessarily motivating. They're kind of just like expected. And if you can't get the bare minimum, it creates a real trust issue. For example, the quality of the ministry. The quality of the ministry. Like, are the things we do, like, are they excellent? Or are they like we shortcut, we get by? Another basic would be like logistics. Does the ministry communicate well with the volunteer? Is it last minute? Do we change things all the time? How good are you at logistics? Do we have a plan? And then the other basic is, do people feel welcome? Like, that is a basic thing. Do people feel hospitality on your team? And hospitality being defined as intentionally showing generous care to each person. Do people feel that? Basics. But then you start getting into another level of motivators. And motivators being like, am I recognized in my role? Am I recognized as in my spot on the team? Or am I just another warm body? Do I get overlooked? Another motivator would be like, is what I do life-changing for me? And do I see my impact on other people? Or is it just something to do? That's a motivator. Am I able to bring my personality and my skills and my talent and my fun personality and all of that stuff to the table or not? That's a motivator. And what if I'm creative? Would you let me bring that creativity to the team? Or do I have to put that on a shelf and show up and just simply be robotic? That is a motivator. There are basics that people expect, and then there are levels of motivation that people long for. And so as you think about the culture that you're creating for your volunteers, is it one that evokes pride? Is it one that appeals to what motivates them and the needs that they have? Do you do the basics well? Is your ministry quality? Do you communicate, plan well? Do you have great logistics? Do people feel welcomed? This may be a good time for you to go, I don't know. And this is where you can check in with your current volunteers. Ask them. Get some feedback. Constantly tweak, because every single person wants to be on a team that evokes a lot of pride.